All right, we are going to bring you some more great things from Rastelli's before we have to wrap up. We've got 2 more items in this show, then we will show you our today's special value at the top of the hour at noon Eastern time. These are, okay, so we had the reserve filet mignons, all right? We're talking top of the top of the top of the best. This is Wagyu beef burgers, but in the slider size. And Kobe-style. I mean, there's so much to talk about these. The one thing I will tell you is that you get 24. You get 24 of these. You know what's interesting? Both Ray and I were talking before the show that the size of this burger at 2 ounces is actually the size of a lot of fast food restaurants that are, you know, where you drive through and you're getting, and let me tell you, this is like 1,000 times better when it comes to the texture, the taste, the tenderness, and all of that. This will plump when it cooks. We sold it out last August. We have not seen it since. This is the first day this year. We've waited till May now to get these back in. But it's perfect timing because we're talking about let's get grilling. It's grill season. Why should we choose these slider burgers?
So it is grill season, and if you want to taste something you've never ever tasted before, try Wagyu. So what does Wagyu mean? Wagyu, Japanese cow, right? Very, very limited though. To give you an idea, Mary Beth, how limited this is, there are 50 million beef cattle here in this country. There are less than 5,000 Wagyu cattle, and you know where most of them go? Right here to us with QVC. So they are very, very special. They are the most marbled, highly marbled, most sought after. And if you ever see this in a restaurant, it is sold by the ounce, never by the pound. It is it's really the creme de la creme when it comes to a burger. And the flavor that you're going to get out of this is incredible because it's so marbled. The heavy marbling, which is inside of that steer, is what gives you, look at that on top there. This is not a greasy burger.
No.
These are antibiotic-free, steroid-free, and no added hormone steers. Wagyu cattle that come out of the Ohio Valley. Again, small family farms that I have worked with, and that is so important.
Decades.
For decades.
And that's why
so important.
you trust them, and it's why we can trust Ray, and why you can trust QVC. It's all that way around. This is the burger. The beef.
Yes, so I want you to notice the amount of marbling that's in this, right? Highly marbled piece of meat. You're not getting a burger that's made from something you don't know. It's not trim. This is beautiful, solid muscle chuck and short ribs from the Wagyu steer that we're actually grinding and then putting them through our process, which actually folds the meat together. It does not press it together, and that's why our burgers are actually plump. So when you fold the meat together, it cooks from the inside out. The burger's plump, and they don't shrink, and which is really, really nice to. And I think and I want to show you. I want to actually show you the size of a finished one and the size of a cooked one. Look at this. There's a finished one. There's a cooked one. The same size, and there's a reason, because it's Wagyu. The way we make them with our slightly folding together, you do not get these to shrink, but they will plump, and your guests will be really excited when they taste this.
Look at that. That's on a slider bun. It's bigger than the slider bun, and that's not always the case. And you know what's fun about this? You're getting 2 dozen. You know, it goes back to whether it's Memorial Day or Mother's Day or whenever. The fact is that you're going to be making, you know, some meats. You're going to do some grilling, perhaps. Even if you needed to grill these indoors, you could do on a George Foreman grill. But you're going to have steak, perhaps, and maybe you're going to have chicken, and maybe you're going to have some burgers or the round hot dogs kind of thing. There's 24 of these. Do you know how much guys and gals don't want to admit it, but we love these too? But the guys especially, they're all in like this competition for how many sliders they can get down. You know what I mean? But these are the best of the best.
They are really rich, and as you said, how big they are. Now, 2 ounces is still, look, it hangs over that bun, but I want to show you when I cut it in half, really how thick this burger is and how it just holds up. And you know what I love about sliders also, Mary Beth, is sometimes I just don't want a big giant burger. But look at that. Look at how thick that is.
That's for me. That's what I think.
Yes, because you know why? Because when I go to that cookout, that grill, I want a slider. I want a round dog. I want a piece of that chicken. I want a little bit of everything. So this allows me to do that. There's 24 that you get home, but they're packaged like this. So look at how beautiful the packaging is. Look how red and bright that meat is. That's Wagyu product. There's 2 in each package. So when you open the package, they will be frozen. I recommend you cook these from frozen. Do not thaw out. Just take them right from your freezer, out of the package, onto your grill, or in your skillet, or in your air fryer. You are going to love these.
Hungry.
And because they are so rich and flavorful, I will tell you, this is going to fill you up really fast because the meat has a flavor that's so different, right? It's so rich.
I got to tell you, Mark and I, being from the Midwest, he came from a farm. They had the beef cattle, the hogs, etc. He's very particular about his meat. He loves Rastelli's, but you know what? The only burgers he wants are the Wagyu burgers that are yours. And these are the first time I've ever seen the sliders. We, every once in a while, will offer the larger burgers, but they are killer. I'm telling you, you want people to come back to your place. You want them to talk about your meal that they made for you. You serve these. This is where they go, oh my gosh, that was the best burger I've ever eaten, because it's the texture, it's the taste. I mean, it's different than any burger out there.
It is, and if you look at the way we fold the meat in together, and this is what I really want you to see. If you look at that texture of that meat, it's not pressed, it's just folded. And when you get the folded, it cooks from the inside out. Look where the juices stay. They stay inside the burger instead of in your grill. And that's the problem. When you take a regular burger that's pressed so hard, well, the outside cooks, but the inside doesn't. And what happens? All those juices wind up in the bottom of your grill. Not with the Wagyu burger. These are going to be juicy, they're going to be tender, and they're going to be so full of flavor that you're going to be amazed what a real burger tastes like.
And kind of almost like guilt-free. You know what I mean? Because it's smaller. You feel like, oh, I had a burger, but I didn't have to feel bad about it. It's so good. Ray Rastelli is like the best, and he brings the best meats. Ray, we have one more item we want to bring back.
Yes.
And we're going to talk about that. These are the filet mignons. These are the big hot pick. 500